صلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. قال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وما أدراك ما العقبة. صدق الله العظيم. Respected elders and my dear brothers and sisters, I greet you with the Islamic greeting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The topic given to me today is, in light of Surah Balad, ayahs 13 to 18, and Surah Fajr, ayahs 17 to 20, reflect on how early Muslims were commanded to do selfless good deeds and how I can implement these values in my daily life. Inshallah, today I will be taking an in-depth look at the meanings of these ayahs and how I can put them to use in my community. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in these two surahs the various acts that we can do across our communities to help make a difference. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks us in Surah Balad, ayah 12, when He says, وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْعَقَبَةِ. Do you know the path that will lead you to Jannah? He then continues on and says, فَقُّ رَقَبَةِ. It is the freeing of a slave. أَوْ إِطْعَامٌ فِي يَوْمٍ ذِي مَسْقَبَةٍ. It is the feeding of someone who is hungry. يَتِيمًا دَا مَقْرَبَةٍ. It is taking care of an orphan. And أَوْ مِسْكِينًا دَا مَطْرَبَةٍ. It is taking care of a poor person. It really is nothing hard to do. In our communities, we see people in need every single day. We need to stop and assist them because as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, that is the path of the people who will go to Jannah. This concept that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has laid out for us is nothing particularly new, and it is nothing specifically assigned to our ummah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed these ayahs more than 1400 years ago to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he commanded the ummah of that time to implement it in their daily lives as well. There is even a hadith in which the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, a person who helps a person in need is like a warrior who fights for the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or like a person who fasts during the day and prays during the night. Subhanallah, my dear brothers and sisters. Imagine the amount of good deeds and rewards that we could get just by helping the people in our communities. We need to start paying close attention to the ummahs of the past and look at how they were able to implement these ayahs in their daily lives without the modern technologies and conveniences that we have available to us today. There is even one story of a Sahaba who helped a person in dire need. One day, a Sahabi came to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and complained that she was distressed and in need of food. But the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not even have enough food for himself, so he was not able to provide the Sahabi with any. So he turned to his companions and he said, which one of you will take this person as a guest on my behalf? One companion raised up his hand and said, I will, O Prophet of Allah. But there was one problem. He did not even have enough food for himself and his family. So he went home, he put his children to sleep, and when they started to eat, he turned the lamp off so that the Sahabi could not see that he was not eating. This was the kind and noble character of the beloved companions. Most of them did not even have the means to take care of themselves, but they would always find a way, any way to take care of a poor person in need. Whether it was an orphan crying without his or her parents, or a poor person lying on the street in need of food, they would always find a way. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, take a look at the world around us. We have so many comforts in our lives, but we still hesitate to give just $1 to a person that we see on the street. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Fajr, ayah 20, وَتُحِبُّونَ الْمَالَ حُبًّا جَمْعًا. And you love wealth with much love. That is the state of our society today. We are chasing worldly attractions and worldly things when we should be focusing on the actions that will lead us to Jannah. We need to start implementing these ayahs in our daily lives so that we can make our community, our society, and our world a better place. Before I conclude with my speech, I would just like to say one thing. Now is the time to act. In light of the recent presidential change in our country, we need to start going out and serving our communities more and showing the people who we really are and not who the media portrays us to be. I will leave you with this one message. Islam is a religion of peace, and we will be raised not with the power of flesh, but with the power of spirit. Not with the flag of destruction, but with the flag of love and peace. Jazakallah khair. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us all the ability to implement these beautiful ayahs in our daily lives. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us with His everlasting mercy and forgiveness. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.